Okay, the Stag Park Mower. As you can see, for the most part, it is back together. It does run, it does drive, but what does it need? It needs a battery and a starter solenoid at the moment. Also, the seat does need to be repaired, but that can be done at a later date. Or I should have a seat cover that should go on there without any issues. The goal of this machine was to make it run and drive and make sure it's functional. I will be getting a deck belt. I'm going to be doing some cosmetic work to the deck as well. And I'd like to try and find a set of blades for it, just to freshen it up a little bit. I haven't really figured out the full engagement of the deck. I know you got to pull that up to engage, but I would think that piece on the side is to lock it in, but I'm not 100% sure on that as of yet. I gotta check the exhaust. I gotta see if there's possibly a hole in the exhaust or if the exhaust came unhooked. As for the carburetor seems to run the machine okay. It's just not perfect at the moment. I don't really want to replace the carburetor. Don't want to spend any more money on this machine other than a battery and a solenoid. And that's probably going to be it. So, anyways, that's where this machine sits for right now. It runs, it drives, it's getting there, getting closer. Put the deck back on, and try and measure up a belt, and we'll go from there for this machine right here. I believe this machine uses like 4 belts. One for the drive, one brings the PTO power up to the front, then it has a mule belt going from there up to the deck, and then the deck has its own belt as well. So yeah, it's not the easiest setup. It's definitely a little bit complicated, and it's interesting, that's for sure. As for the charging system, I showed in the video yesterday, the charging system does work. Forward, reverse works fine. I wasn't getting reverse at first, but I had it out of gear. It'll actually move when it's out of gear in the push mode, but it won't move in reverse. So figure that one out. There's no noise from the transaxle. Transaxle is nice and quiet on this machine, which is nice. Everything else, other than like what I mentioned with the engage and disengage, seems to work the way it should. Also, when the engine's running, you can actually pull the engage on, and it actually does come on, and you can actually hear the PTO spinning, so which is a good thing. It's a manual PTO, but you can actually hear everything spinning the way it should be. So today I'm actually going to be working on the John Deere. I'd like to try and get it potentially running, and pretty much see what it needs. I pretty much know what it needs. It needs a muffler, and it needs a starter solenoid. Mufflers, you can still find them. I just don't know if it's worthwhile to go through the hassle to try and find one and put it on there. But that's for another video. So talk to them later. Please keep it redneck like always, and please subscribe, comment.